Okay, now, this particular scenario brings to mind again the, the incidents of collapsed buildings in Lagos. Would we say that we finally or firmly have, or we have it under control, so to speak?
We are working towards it. And it was good listening to Femi Falana. At least I listened to a few things. We tend to have lived in a bad way over the years. And it's even looking difficult for people to change. Let me give you an example. I just got a text from my general manager yesterday seeking my assistance to contact the commander RRS. There was a partial collapse in Ikorodu a few weeks ago, and the agency had gone there to seal up the site. When they sealed, by the time they got back there, the people were constructing again. They sealed again. The people were in a normal environment. It's even the mass action of the people around, because buildings are not just about buildings. Buildings are about human beings. So if we raise our appreciation of the value of man, we will know that even in placing center tables, we have to ask ourselves, can this thing be harmful to anybody? If light goes off now and we're trying to move, is somebody likely to trip over this thing? So it will inform the way we are going to place it, which is the way we are supposed to think when we are designing or we are constructing. Or when somebody is building around us, we always say, and we get some response anyway, we always ask people to advise us. Let's know, because the way Lagos State is structured and the kind of population we have, all of the civil servants in the whole civil service system to work for physical planning will not detect all of the contraventions. But we need people to be able to say, beside me, I'm seeing something unusual. But it's unfortunate that occasionally, I know how many texts I receive to even ask that I should please help out from notable Nigerians. I see notable Nigerians who willfully commit offense. And when I say, sorry, sir, we have to cut your building, looks like I jumped down from the sky. So it's that mindset that we really have to work on now.
I think it's changing, because this scenario you just mentioned, we also got a wind of it, that they had gone back to building yesterday, and that was after Mr. Kunle Awobodu.
Yes, I listened to him.
Yeah, after he appeared on the program, a message came that a particular building that was sealed off had actually gone back to site. But
if you allow me, late last year, November, we had to bring down a building somewhere in Ilasamaja. It was sealed 4 times. 4 times it was sealed. 4 times the man broke the seal, and I said sorry, because by the time we brought it down, he was already painting, meaning that he was stopped at the foundation level.
And then he was painting.
Yes, he already completed ground and first,
but
painting.
Some things also pop up here, because, I mean, clearly the state is demonstrating intention to ensure that they stick to certain rules when they seal up those places, to advise them to stop further work.
Yes.
But the state also needs to perhaps look inwards and ask themselves, what gives some people some of this, perhaps let me use the word effrontery, to go on? Could it also be that sometimes the reason that it was sealed, they could tell you, look, if you just see 1 or 2 persons there, they'll tell you go ahead and continue. Hasn't that happened? Or are you also looking inwards to ensure that nobody is sabotaging you within?
In cases like this, we won't rule out any possibilities. But we've also had occasions where our officers have been sanctioned. There are people who are out of service because they leaked government secrets, because the way His Excellency viewed it when I reported the case was that they were putting the lives of their colleagues in danger. Because when someone goes to seal up a building, and then you tell the member of the public that thing will have been okay, we will have released it, but it's this person That is, so we've had a case like that, but government has dealt with that. And I'm sure government will not hesitate to do more, because if we don't, then it means we're really not serious.
Let me ask you this, because it's about life. That is why we're careful when we talk about this. We know people are already bereaved. Some are also in the hospital. A very, very painful situation we are in here. But from experience, is it safe or ideal to still occupy a building that is undergoing construction, whether you put in some floors on top of it or not?
Really is not safe. And I brought this up. Coincidentally, we are working on a review of our regulations, and we're trying to put in as many things that will make the regulations stronger. For example, I raised this at the management meeting yesterday, that we should look into our regulations. If we did not include there that under no circumstance should anyone reside under a building that is under construction. Because although it might be designed, there are buildings that are designed as 4 floors. And because of the incremental way that we build here, because of lack of funds, our financial system doesn't take care of that. Because if someone asks you to come and take a loan with 25% interest, you may never get out of it. So you want to build incrementally. Quite all right, the building was designed for 4 floors. And so you have strength to take it only to 2 floors. Still building according to specification. There will be a day you want to take the third and fourth floors. What we are saying now is that if you take the 3rd and 4th floors, in spite of the fact that you have built according to specification, people should just move out for safety reasons. That's the direction I think we're going.
And now we're getting some conflicting figures. You're a member of the state executive. Perhaps you should clear this. Yesterday, even on China's News at 10, we saw the letter written by the South African President Jacob Zuma on this. We're talking about number of casualties. And you say when your men went to that particular site on the day of that unfortunate incident, they couldn't have access immediately to evacuate and also salvage the situation. Now, tell us, what's the casualty figure like with the state?
Well, you first find out that in Lagos State, we try as much as possible to ensure that we are fixed about our data. That's why you don't have people coming with different figures. And when disasters like this happen, unfortunately, we always leave the information to the lead organization on site. And in this case, it's LASEMA. They're the ones taking out the casualties. They're the ones taking out the survivors. And by their figure, as at 10 p.m. yesterday, there were 66 casualties and 131 survivors.